It's Tuesday. I'm Jasmine, also known as that tarot goddess. I am here today to chat a little bit about the real power of tarot. Those of you who do not know me, I know I have a lot of new followers on Facebook and on YouTube. Hi guys, my name is Jasmine Sanflone. I am also known as that tarot goddess. I'm an expert tarologist, a DNA activation practitioner, a Reiki master, and a witch, all around witch. I do magic. I love it. It's a lot of fun. What I wanted to talk about today was just a little bit about the real power of tarot. A lot of times, we use tarot for a very, very small portion of what it's really good for. Um, and honestly, I'd like to change that. So, tarot is a very powerful thing. I got into it years and years ago. I've been doing tarot since I was 16, 15. And I've become an expert on it over the years through practice, through reading for others. And within that time, I've discovered that tarot has this really amazing information in it about how to create the life that you're looking to create. Okay. It's a manifestation tool, it is a life transformation tool. It provides insight onto your own energy and all of those other kinds of things. So, those are the things that's like how I read. I know a lot of readers will just give you a little bit of a glimpse of your future. And that kind of leads to us asking questions that aren't as potent as they could be. Okay. So when we are doing readings, when we are getting readings, when we are experiencing the magic of tarot, what ends up happening is we tend to limit ourselves. But the truth of the matter is that the universe is an unlimited resource, it is an unfettered opportunity for us to ask for what we really want to know. But because we're not familiar with the power or the energy of this particular medium, we have a tendency to ask very short sighted questions, right? So we'll ask about, who we're going to marry, who our soulmate is, where our soulmate is, what our life path is, what our goals are, what should we be focusing on. And the thing that shows up in tarot when you kind of tweak those questions and really start to think about what's possible for you is the fact that if you ask very specific, very direct questions about what you need to do in order to get to the things that you're looking to get to, you will get the answers that will guide you towards that path. Okay. So that's one thing. I have several clients who've had that experience where they actually needed an insight into something so that they could switch something around in their lives, change something around in their lives. And the tarot gave them that information. Okay. Now, the tarot is a tool. The information is coming through the universe. The cards are just the tool in the mirror to help you understand and communicate better with that. So that's one thing that is very important to understand. I want everybody who's getting tarot readings to stop asking such basic questions. You got to ask the bigger questions. You got to ask the questions that are going to move the needle for you. You got to ask the questions that are going to revolutionize your life. And when you get that information, you need to be willing to make the changes. You need to be willing to take the steps. You need to be willing to do the things that are going to change your life. Okay. And the cards, only since they're only giving you a little glimpse of that energy, you got to understand that your energy, when you are presented with the energies of the things that are happening around you, you got to meet it there. And then you have to make the shifts and the changes that are going to allow you to get to where you need to be. Okay. Now I'm going to use the card, the Lover's card, as an example. Okay. The Lover's card shows up in a lot of people's readings as and if you guys are leaving comments, I'm on Restream today, so I don't remember where I put my comments thing. Wait, it looks like I have comments. Hey, Nita. Okay, so here's the thing. The Lover's card, I'm gonna give that one as an example. Is a card that shows up a lot when people are talking about like soulmate stuff. Hey, Alexis. Soulmate stuff, getting into relationships with people, all that kind of stuff, right? And if you take it at surface value, that's what it means. But, okay, the truth of the matter is that the Lover's card, like, honestly, thank you, Joanna. I just bought it. Ha! The Lover's card, honestly, faces, like, it encourages you to face yourself. Okay, so the first relationship we have is with ourselves. So when we're in that process of self-discovery, which the major arcana takes us through from the Fool all the way to the World, that's a process of self-discovery. Now that self-discovery can only really be realized if we're willing to do the work. So the thing about the Lover's card is it could come up in all of your soulmate readings. But if you have not faced yourself, if you have not improved the relationship you have with yourself, if you have not said, okay, the person that I need to be pouring into right now is me, then that soulmate energy will float around you and float around you and float around you and never find a space to land. It'll like never find a place to land. Hey, Renee. So that's one of those things you got to think about. Okay. When these cards are showing up, are you getting the insight that you need? Are you actually getting information to move forward? Or are you just getting information for you to go, huh, that's nice. Huh, that's cool. Or are you actually using this information to change your life? Okay. Now that's the power of the readings that I provide. And I do that on readings that are paid for, readings that are complimentary, readings that I do for the collective. It's just one of those things. Like I'm giving you guys information to change your lives because that's the power of the tarot. Now, let me give you another. This is a good one. This one just showed up. The Seven of Wands card. Okay. A lot of times this shows up as like conflict. Okay. But it's not always people outside of yourself. Sometimes that's an inner conflict. Sometimes it's a choice you have to make to set down your arms and be like, is this the hill I'm going to die on? And there's always questions and inquiries and explorations that can be done with each and every one of these cards. Okay. So when I'm encouraging you to learn how to use the tarot, when I'm encouraging you to have a reading, it's because, sorry, my knee is itching. It is because you need to, yes, and I'm not even going to pull my punches here. You need to have this information so that you can change your life, so that you can stop, rolling up in Mystic's DMs being like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm so stuck. You're not stuck. It's just that the information that you've been given, you have not been taught how to use it to change your life. Now, that is a whole different can of worms. And we're going to talk about that, okay, on a different video. But every single one of these cards has vital information that you can use to adjust your behavior, to adjust your thinking, your mindset, your attitude. There are practices you can actually do around the energies in these cards that will allow you to move forward. Okay. Now, all of these things can also be done without the cards, but the cards give you a nice little peek into what's going on, what's active, what's available for you at that moment, so that you can make the right choices and take the right actions and do all of that stuff to move yourself to that higher place. Okay. Now, that being said, I do want to remind every one of you that my individual readings, the ones that I do face-to-face, one-on-one, the one-off ones, those are going away at the end of this month. They will no longer be sold. Okay. If you want one, I highly encourage you to book one now, because in the future, all of my readings are going into a different kind of container so that people can experience the depth and the power of the modalities that I have. Okay. I am here to change lives. I'm not here to just give you a little glimpse. I'm here to change lives. So if you are ready to have your life changed, okay, you can get in touch with me. You can either hit me up in my DMs, either on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube. Like, I'm available. And book one of those before the end of this month. Okay. Because they will not be available after the end of this month. They will not be available. Like, you can book one out until December, but they won't be available in 2022. Okay. They are 10% off right now. And they will be 10% off for the rest of the month. My goal is to get as many people as possible to have a little bit of my magic before we change up how things are going. So if you want to get one, please go ahead. Well, hello, Miss L'Oreal. Please go ahead and book one. I would love to read for you. Also, and this is something that I don't really talk about yet, but we're going to. The coolest thing about tarot is that you can intersect it with like every other spiritual practice on the planet. And it fucking amazes me. I love it. Okay. Like, you can get information on how to connect with the divine in tarot, how to connect with the elements, how to meditate, how to improve your financial life, how to improve your sex life, how to improve your career, All of that stuff is within the tarot, and you can learn how to work with each one of these little things, right, as you work through the tarot. Okay. I'm going to have information on how you can do that more in some of my other programs, which are upcoming. I'm developing them as we speak. But yeah, this is going to be some really exciting stuff, right? Yes. Renee says people don't really understand the power, and if you keep the same cards, it is the same message. You have to do the work. Yep. Yep, that's true. And that happens a lot. I do have a lot of clients, and I know you're not stuck, Renee. You're good. I do have a lot of clients that sometimes it's like they'll come to me for my weekly live readings and they'll keep getting the same cards. And it's like, because you have not addressed this energy. This energy keeps coming up because there's something here that you have not unearthed. You haven't gone through it, something you're still resisting, all of that fabulous stuff. Okay. And then, of course, once you go through all of that energy, you have to work on integrating it. And that's a whole nother story. We're going to talk a little bit more about integration later on this week. But my goal is to help you change your lives, because people with changed lives change the world. That's the thing. When we understand our energy, when we are attending to it, when we're paying attention to it, when we are working with it actively, instead of having things fall on us, having things happen to us, we are able to be more present, be more alive, be more awake. Okay. Now I'm living proof of my own work and of the work of the mystics that I have been working with. Okay. If you want to have mystics on your side, you're going to want to get a team, because every mystic doesn't do things the same. Okay. I work with several people who keep me grounded so that I can step into the higher version of myself. Okay. And I had a really amazing Reiki session with Chiquita Lewis yesterday. And that is why I am showing up to you guys like this today instead of in my sweatpants and feeling all down on myself, because the truth of the matter is that I'm the shit and you're the shit. And we are all amazing in our own individual ways. And the beauty of the tarot is that it can help show you what it is that you're missing, so that you can move from the place where you're like ruminating and ruminating and ruminating to a place where you feel like you're finally moving forward. Okay. And that is one of my specialties, is to help people stop being stuck, stop feeling stuck, and get to moving forward so that they can actually get to the place that they say they want to be. Okay. Because honestly, spirit in the universe does kind of get sick of us repeating ourselves when it comes to saying what you want and then not actually going after it. Okay. So if you guys are really ready to make a change in your lives, if you're really ready to hear what needs to be done, see what needs to be done, and to work one-on-one with me to experience what happens when you can change your life using the information that the universe holds for you, please book a reading. I will absolutely be willing to sit down with you, talk to you, see what we need to get. If you're interested in doing more than just a one-off reading, like if you want to dive into my 3-month container, I have it available. Okay. It is the Tarot Alchemy Healing Sessions. Okay. It's a 3-month minimum. We're going to work on a very specific goal. We're going to work on what kind of energetic stuff you need to do to be working towards that goal on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, so that you are literally moving forward on the things that you say that you want to do. Because we're not going to sit here, okay, and say, these are the things that I want, and then that's it. It doesn't work that way. That's not how manifestation works. Even though, you know, the fluffy foo-foo, whatever, law of attraction stuff says, well, if you think it, it'll come. No, that's not how it works. It's, you have to think it. Hey, Sequoia, you have to think it. You have to believe it. And you need to be aligning your actions and your energies toward it, because potential energy is awesome. Actual active energy is a whole different thing. Okay. That's where you get the momentum. That's where you get the movement towards the goals that you are going for. Okay. And there are so many different modalities, so many different practices, so many different things that you can do to actively get yourself to where you need to be. And it doesn't always look one size fits all. Okay. I'm not trying to, like, that's why I don't have a group program yet. It's because I'm trying to encourage you guys to develop your own practices. You need your own practices. You don't need to be sitting here saying, well, she's doing that, so I'm going to go do that. Because that's not necessarily going to work. You have to understand how your energy works so that you can say, well, she's doing that. Let me see if I can make that work for me. Does that work on my timeline? Does that align with my energy? Is that going with where my energetic system really needs to be? Okay. So there's all of this potential, all of this energy that is available for you within these little cards. But the first step is to get the information out by getting a reading. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that I need to tell you guys right now? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm good for right now. Just general life updates. Things are really awesome over here. I'm trying to think if I'm going to be live again this Friday. I think I will. Yeah. And it's gonna be like stuff, and I am tweaking the hell out of things right now because I've had a whole bunch of really big shifts, and I'm like finally gotten the permission and given myself the permission to relax about like kind of falling off over the summer because I would like literally like we sold our house, we renovated and sold our house within a span of 3 months. Like we decided we were going to do it at the end of June, did all of the demo, did all of the reno in July and the beginning of August, and then sold the house and closed in at the beginning of October. So I can relax and let myself breathe a little bit now. But I was feeling so guilty for like not showing up for you guys, and I'm sorry for that. And I'm sorry for apologizing for that. Whoo, that's a lot. See, I'm doing shadow work live here with you guys right now. But that's all I've got for you. The power of tarot is amazing. Get in it. See, and here's the Lover's card. I just opened up a thing. There's the Lover's card. If this card shows up for you guys, it's because you need to be focusing on yourself. Shows up for me a lot because sometimes I need to recalibrate and refocus on my own relationship with myself. Okay, that's what I've got for you. Changes are coming. Changes are coming to the group. We're going to be working on some stuff in there. I love you all. Have a fabulous rest of your Tuesday. It's almost lunchtime. Don't forget to eat, drink your water. If you have meds, take them. Take care of yourselves because you have to be number one in order to get your energy to give to other people. All right, loves. I will catch you guys on the flip side. See you later. Bye.